it is going to destroy my country.
You're just coming here for shits and giggles. Am I pathetic? Look at me. I'm jacked. This guy is jacked. We are class.
Look, this guy's doing like a fucking bodybuilding.
We are
pose and
class.
shit.
Thank you.
Don't worry. We'll defend the country when they start trying to you.
Bro. Okay. Yeah, that's the guy. This is the dude that you want to make sure you don't get. Okay.
There is a refugee, apparently.
What do you think a refugee looks like? Fucking hell! I need to find these people. I need to get these people on call. I need these people. Get in. Why? What is a refugee supposed to look like? I don't think Keir Starmer is the guy who has an answer to this. He's not like, he just doesn't have the leadership or the spine to take this shit on. This is not a rational fear. It's not a rational issue. It's a racist issue. I need to rescue my country from these fucking lunatics. These worms. I do worry that in the next 3 or 4 years, this small boats xenophobia bullshit is going to be the first stone that falls in the avalanche that destroys my entire country. Like, it's so bad with the amount of irrational hatred that it spawns for such a statistically small problem. This is in Aberdeen, actually, from my hometown in Scotland. This is one of the hotels near the beach that is being used to house asylum seekers. It's been converted. And the protests are quite rough. Normally, anti-immigrant protests in Scotland are, you'll have like 7 people from the Scottish Defence League, and they're just kind of standing in the rain, looking sad. And the counter-protest is like 200 people from anti-fascist or socialist worker or unions or trans people, whatever. But these days, it seems like the numbers are evening out, which is not nice. And I just don't think it's the best look when you've got protesters here saying that, oh, our country's been taken over. But then the counter-protest is a fucking white dude in a keffiyeh and a Palestine flag. I think this is like a bad approach. Oh, God. I did not expect that to happen. Like, this is bad numbers. The counter-protests are getting fucked. This is like the most racist, the most anti-immigrant protest that I've ever seen proportionately to the counter in Scottish ever in my entire lifetime. At the BLM march, there were a lot of anti-BLM people, but they were completely dwarfed by the protesters. The counter-protest was tiny. But now it's... Like, this is about asylum seekers. This is about very vulnerable people in these places who are often subject to attack. Like, they can't work. They're on a very pitiful allowance from the government while their claim is processed. They've risked their lives to come here. I don't know why the protesters are making, or the counter-protesters are making about Palestine, and these guys, like...
Palestine! We don't feel shit! We don't feel shit!
Nothing to do with that man in the hotel!
Nothing to do with Palestine!
Nothing to do with Palestine!
Fuck Palestine! Fuck Palestine!
Oh no, he's taking the bait. The rest of them are saying it's nothing to do with Palestine, and this guy's just like, hey, fuck those guys.
More bombs! More bombs on Palestine! More bombs, Palestine! More bombs! Nuke Palestine! Yeah.
Jesus.
It's gonna give it Palestine!
Why is her megaphone getting... this is the... Oh no, we got the Rift now. We've got the Rift. Because I have like a... I want to give it a 20% plus chance. Maybe 50 even. We'll say 50-50 on this guy saying that because he's a Nazi. He's like, you don't understand. We don't like the Jews either. We're just having to go at boats.
Hey, you fucking object! It's got nothing to do with Palestine! It's got nothing to do with Palestine!
Look, the counter protest is fucked. Look how small it is. Is this what? Do you think that it would have been bigger? I'm sorry. I think it would have been bigger, but they decided to purity test every fucking attendee about whether or not they felt the same way about Gaza and genocide and all the fucking shit. Oh God. Why didn't you go? Because I don't live there anymore.
Point to one refugee. Women and children are refugees. Where are they? Where are they?
Yeah, where are they?
Where are they? These are foreign military-aged males. These are not children.
Exactly.
Aberdonian children in this city are starving.
This guy starving. Okay, dude. This Aberdonians are not fucking starving. Like we're actually quite chunky as a city. Okay, this guy's like a posh dude. He's got a posh accent.
Sitting back letting these horrible bastards
I know about
other
the
kids.
Paddington.
It's if you look at the stats, it's between, I think like between 10 and 15% of the people on the small boats are women. I don't know about children. Do you know why it's mostly men making this journey across the English Channel in a dinghy? Because you're crossing the English Channel in a dinghy. It's fucking dangerous. Yeah, of course, it's the kind of activity that is going to be selecting naturally for people who are physically fit for the journey. That's why that's the case. Usually women who are refugees, they stay back. They go somewhere, they don't travel as much, right? And they don't take as dangerous passage. Military age, yeah, bro, military age, especially since Middle Eastern or African dudes, like they get beards early and shit. This guy, yeah, military age to this guy is like anything from 13 to 80. Like, yeah, it's.
Exactly.
Why are we taking care of these first and not our people?
Exactly.
Tax the rich and do more of this. You're not thinking.
Exactly.
They're taking care of their people first. Honestly, NPC conversation. Just literally, just like oh.
NPC. Men cannot be refugees. They're military age. Bro, you are like the ultimate fucking NPC. What are you talking about? Why do you have an American flag on your fucking t-shirt? Pretending to be a Scottish patriot. Fucking retard.
Oh yeah, tax the rich, tax the rich. It's like tax the rich and do fucking more of what? Do more of this. Do more of.
Do you know what percentage of our population in the UK is asylum seekers? Let alone not all of them go to hotels. And those hotels are not like, they're not getting hotel service. They don't get like the fucking breakfast buffet. It's like the government hires out the building.
Taking care of their people first, our people second. Point to one
Taking care of their people first, which is that these guys get given something like £7 a day for food, clothing, and toiletries as they get their claims processed. They can't work. They're not allowed to work until their claim is processed. Asylum seekers in the UK make up about 0.1% of the population. They are fucking nothing. They don't commit any more crime than the average person does. Arguably even less, maybe.
refugee. Women and children are refugees. Where are they? Where are they?
Yeah, where are they?
Where are they?
Children? Where are you? One of you
They're
fucking
just
answer.
military
Not
age.
one of you can answer. Left at home.
This
Not
is
one.
conquest, and you know it.
Why are you wearing a Second Amendment t-shirt, bro? What the fuck? You're Scottish. We have no, like, we're the last country in the world. The cops can't even carry guns. The fuck?
I've got my voice. I can't hear you. Explain to me how the Panama Papers is going to take care of the 1 in 5 children in Aberdeen which cannot eat because you're spending 30k a day on this building. I think that you're here
kids to have a
at
life.
the behest of these millionaires. They're bringing these people here to drive our wages down. You know that. You know this is conquest. This is conquest.
This
I'm
is
telling you,
conquest.
take
Asylum seekers are 0.1% of the British population. This is conquest, bro. That's why you're an American LARPing dipshit, because you hate your own country. You hate your own country. Like, you're embarrassed by fucking Scotland if you think conquest is asylum seekers, which, by the way, is within their rights by UN treaties that the UK is party to. We are party to the Refugee Convention, which means if you want to claim asylum or refugee status, you are allowed to come in basically whichever way you want. As long as you're here, that's where you make your claim. And if they're in that hotel, that's because they have gone through a process. They don't just wander in. They haven't dodged the authorities. You don't get into that hotel by dodging authorities. You get there by cooperating with authorities.
Take care of these men in this hotel before you take care of Aberdonian children is disgusting. You are the ones that are being played. You are the pawns.
It's the rich that want these people here!
Exactly.
Cheap labor! You don't understand!
Look, there's a woman in the window up there.
The first protest I've actually attended.
There's a child and a family of 3 in the window.
just-
Oh, no, wait.
Oh, wait, no, it's not.
No, it's actually a military-age male.
Yeah, that's
It's multiple military-age males.
Why did they flee their country?
Where are the women and
Why
children?
did they flee France?
Where are the women and children then, if they're fleeing?
Why did they flee?
I've been to a real refugee
It's
camp.
funny, the question
There's
you're asking
women,
is why did they
there's
flee?
children.
These are the same kind of like brain rot people who will see migrants with like with iPhones and think, how can they possibly be a refugee? Like these guys are so fucking miserable. Like they're like, you're not a refugee to these people unless you literally just fucking limp onto the shores with one leg blown off and your fucking eyeball missing, with bullet wounds like dotted all around your side. And the military age thing is so fucking stupid. Ugh. Has it gone up now? The payments. Let's see. You'll be getting somewhere to live if you need it. This could be a flat house, hostel, or bed and breakfast. Unlikely you'll get to live in London or Southeast England. You usually get $49.18 for each person in your household. This will help pay for things. It's a weekly thing. If you're provided meals, you get $9.95 for each person. I believe this is weekly. Why don't they say that would be weekly, wouldn't it? Each week, yeah. Yeah, so if they're catered for with food, then you get less. You get a lot less. Like, this is not much. This is not much to get by on in the UK. 50 a week for food, clothing, and toiletries. Mate, you're scrimping pretty hard to get by a week on that. Where are they coming from? You're out of the loop on the... Oh, it's... The original country they come from varies. At one point it was Syria, another point it was Afghanistan, Somalia is another one. The immediate country that they've come from is France. They usually end up in France and then they're in Calais and then they get stuck there, and then usually ones who speak English better than French, or if they've got family in the UK, or if they just have been unable to get asylum in France, then that's when they move up to the UK on the dinghy boats. And it's usually managed by people smugglers. It's very dangerous. Pregnant women only get an extra £5 a week. Yeah, it's not much at all. It's not much at all. Yo, this guy. Wow, you mods are so quick. Oh, there you go. Language is a huge reason that people don't talk about enough. Yeah, that's usually the reason. It's also just because you don't want to live in a world where refugees and asylum seekers have to go to the nearest country. Because then, what if a small country has a refugee crisis of a population that's like the same size as their country? Then you're just destabilizing that country. Like, the idea of the international treaties on refugees are so that no single one country has to absorb the humanitarian crisis of another one, that it's something that gets spread around. And it also means that asylum seekers can go to countries where they can actually be put to some use, where they can be helpful to the country that they're in. If you're an asylum seeker in the UK and you speak English, well, you can work. And there are lots of companies that are hiring. It's not just about suppressing wages, because there are a lot of lower middle class people or middle class people who want to start businesses and hire people. And then if those businesses hire people, then maybe there are some businesses that might not even be able to start without the right people filling those spots. And those spots are filled by asylum seekers and refugees. There have been countries that have taken like a fifth or a quarter of their entire population worth of asylum seekers and refugees, like Greece after the fall of the Iron Curtain, and it did not collapse their entire country. That's just not what happened.
We're asking the exact same question. Why did they flee? Money. Give me why they fled. Tell me, because I've spoken to them. It's money.
Because I've spoken to them. But you've spoken to every asylum. Yeah, we have a process, you fucking moron. Yeah, we have a process that sorts people who came here for money compared to ones who fled for persecution and war.
How many safe countries are there between where they came from and where they are now? Why does Saudi Arabia close their borders to refugees? Why does Egypt close their borders to refugees? Why would they do that?
Do you want to be like Saudi Arabia or the Emirates? Is that like your preference?
They can come here to Scotland or the United Kingdom and get a free iPhone, £70 a week, free GP and dentist appointments in-house.
Where are the refugees? These are men. France isn't at war. At war. This cannot be a location for refugees. I used to know a guy. His name was Theo. He was African, he was from Burundi. He tried to go through Rwanda into Uganda to claim refugee status and was denied because he passed through.
Why do you keep using these, like, the most authoritarian, like, fucking war-torn... Why do you keep using examples of countries that, like, that you don't like as models for your refugee system? Like, the fuck? You're from, like, one of the wealthiest countries in the world, buddy, and we spend fuck all of our budget on asylum seekers. They are such a tiny proportion of our population. Just for reference, okay? This year is so far the biggest year for small boats because in the first half of the year, we had 25,000 crossings, which is a 50% increase from 2024. The highest rate of crossings of small boats that we've ever had in the UK in a year was 45,000. Okay? We're a country of about 70 million people, just under. Do you know how much our regular migration is? Our regular immigration was 948,000 people came to this country. 500,000 left, so net migration just over 400,000. And that's what these guys are shitting and pissing themselves over. It's so stupid. It was lower when we were in the EU. Yep. Because the only way for a continent like Europe to manage a refugee crisis is to coordinate. 500k left. Yep. People move. People like to move. Keir Starmer has tried to get around this by doing what's been called the France deal. They've done a deal with France. This is what the Tories failed to do when they were in office, although it doesn't really... I don't know if it's the right strategy. So what Keir Starmer's done is they have made a deal with France, which means that every week, 50 people can be selected within the first 3 days of arrival if they get really quickly rejected. So if someone comes in and within 3 days you find out that their asylum claim is invalid, then they can get sent back to France. And what the French can do is if they have someone who wanted to go to the UK as asylum seekers, but they didn't take the boat crossing, then they would get to go through an official channel. So it's the one in, one out policy, which basically means that if we find 50 people who came and got rejected, then France can give us people who didn't choose the small boats method but want to come in through an official channel. That's like, which to me is just kind of like it is good in the sense that it's better for asylum seekers and incentive systems. Like people in France who want to come to the UK can come in through that and not risk their life or not risk like a lot of danger or physical harm. That's one potential thing, but it's also just not very... That's not the issue. The problem is that I don't know if there's a way to solve this issue without just demonstrating leadership and why it works and why it's important. Because the alternative, which is what these inbred fucking mutants want, is that they want to stop the boats, like just to physically find them in the channel and just turn them back. The problem with turning a boat back with people who are risking their lives to come here and have probably quite a good reason to not want to stay in Calais anymore because it's not a very pleasant experience, you're going to, and this has happened in Australia, you're going to cause violence, you're going to cause attacks, you're going to cause people jumping overboard in desperation, which happened with Australia as well. Yeah, people get actually quite fucked for that. Like, you're risking killing people. And that's why part of the Stop the Boats incentive from the Conservative Party was that they actually had to change one of the laws to grant a level of immunity to border guards if they killed someone in the process of turning a boat around. So we can do that. We can just like literally dump people into the sea and become like a fucking nation of barbarians. Or we have to just explain to people that borders are never perfect anywhere. People are going to find ways in if they are desperate enough. And we can either just let them sink under the radar as criminals or like non-citizens or anything else, or we can process them and see if they have valid claims. And if they don't have valid claims, which would often imply that they are either deportable or they can be fined or treated in some way if you can't deport them. And we can do it that way. Like that, it just needs to be explained to people. It's not supposed to be a profitable incentive. Like asylum seeking is something that countries pay towards as part of a humanitarian incentive. Like that's why we do it. We just give up like a tiny amount of our GDP or our budget every year to help people who would otherwise just wander the world stateless. And having a massive stateless population is also its own threat. It's a dangerous thing. Like making people stateless is really dangerous. How does the processing work? So I knew someone who worked in these kinds of offices at one point, and they apparently this is only one position that they had, but it was basically like a vetting process. And what they did was they would take whatever, like they would assign people a country to learn about. And these people would learn as much as they possibly could about a particular country. And if they had an asylum seeker claiming to be from that country, they would be able to question them in a way that was very easy to spot if they actually were making things up or if they were telling the truth. So they would refer to like a particular event or a national crisis or some like some protest or some battle or whatever the fuck they're coming from, and to see if they actually understood the region or the place. Like, yeah, that was quite common because a lot of these people don't have passports. A lot of these people get rid of their passports because they're afraid of being deported back. But yeah, like in terms of illegal immigration, the biggest issue that most countries have is people who get visas and then overstay them, because it's hard to find them to send them back. Like deportation it's always going to be expensive. But these guys care so fucking much about these relatively tiny numbers of asylum seekers in small boats for no other reason than because it is visceral. Because they can see it. That's it. You can't really see someone overstaying a visa and just working away. But a hotel building that's housing a bunch of asylum seekers, and you see like the massive the overcrowded boats, like yeah, that's visceral, and that makes these people absolutely soy the fuck out. These Scotland hating fucking mutants who wear Second Amendment t-shirts because they're getting all their information about this country from reliable British sources for sure. Yeah, and not just like. I've noticed this as well. Like when I hear Americans talking about Scotland or the UK in general with immigration, man, you guys have no fucking idea. When people in America talk about the UK, I feel like the discourse is just completely dominated on this country by right-wingers, by like far-right people. And there's a huge risk now because we got fairly lucky, I think, in the last election. Labour's win was not as big as it looked, but it was largely the way it was because of the right-wing split. The right wing was really, really split. But now that split is more or less complete, look who's high up in the polls. It's fucking Reform. They're leading the polls, man. Reform. The right-wing fucking snake oil selling spiv party is top of the polls. And they're just going to spend the next 4 years devouring the Conservative Party. And Labour, I don't think Keir Starmer is the guy who has an answer to this. He's not like, he just doesn't have the leadership or the spine to take this shit on, which is why he's just passing these policies which are designed to make it look like he's appeasing them. Do you think the Conservatives are going to care? Because this thing here, 948 in, 500,000 out, this is less than it was under the Tories. The Tories had a net migration rate of like 750,000. You really think the right-wingers are going to be appeased by the fact that you've taken net migration down from, what, over 500k to 400k? Not really. The same thing with the small boats. Because this is not a rational fear. It's not a rational issue. It's a racist issue. And the only way to get around that, I think, as a political leader is to demonstrate leadership and to just stand your ground and give people who are inclined to support you the tools and the arguments and the rhetoric that they need to defend the position. Because I don't feel like these guys would be the best defenders of immigration rights in the UK. I don't know. Just a gist.
Exactly. If you pass through one peaceful country and move on, you are no longer a refugee.
That's not international law. That's not the refugee convention that the UK is still party to. The guy's just fucking lying. Okay.
You're just coming here for shits and giggles like these guys. 2 months ago, a 75-year-old woman was sexually assaulted by one of these in this city. Pathetic. Am I pathetic? Look at this ginger 4-year-old virgin. Look at yourself. When was the last time you got laid?
But you doesn't look like a fucking inbred.
Look at me. I'm jacked. This guy is jacked. We are class. We are class, thank you. Even the guys in the window are cheering.
Is he actually doing a fucking bodybuilder pose? Oh my god.
Look at this ginger 4-year-old virgin. Look at yourself. When was the last time you got laid?
The guy who loves Scotland is making fun of someone for being ginger. Fucking brilliant, man.
You look like a fucking inbred.
Look at me. I'm jacked. This guy is jacked. We are class.
Look, this guy's doing like a fucking bodybuilder
We are
pose
class.
and shit. Ugh.
Thank you. Even the guys in the window.
You're too gym brained, but he isn't jacked. I mean, it's not stiff competition in Aberdeen, mate, in Scotland. When I was in Miami at the gym there, I was like, Jesus Christ, everyone here is on steroids. There's no way.
Don't worry. We'll defend the country when they start trying to rape you.
Bro. Okay. Yeah, that's the guy. This is the man that you want. This is the dude that you want to make sure you don't get raped. Okay.
Class, thank you. Even the guys in the window are cheering.
Don't worry. We'll defend the country when they start trying to
What
rape
were
you.
they filming at the end there?
That man there is a refugee, apparently.
What do you think a refugee looks like? Fucking hell. I need to find these people. I need to get these people on call. I need these people. Get in. Why? What is a refugee supposed to look like? The thing is, if this guy came with severe bodily injuries, they would just say this is more evidence that he's a soldier. They have to look like this picture. Is it? Wait. What's that meme? If you don't look like this, you're not a refugee. Even then, they would say you're a soldier ant. A military age soldier ant. They'd say it's Takia. True. This is the only acceptable refugee form. God, these guys are so disgusting. Yo, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's Temu. Thank you. Wow. Bro, mate. Who put this video out? Maybe this guy? The guy who filmed it? Maybe this dude? He was the guy who filmed one of the videos. And they are organizing protests around the northeast of Scotland. Where else are they going? Peterhead. Really, there are too many migrants in Peterhead. For reference, Peterhead is like a fucking fishing village way north of... Bro, there's no... How many migrants are in Peterhead? It'd be like... That would be like a 99% white town. There's no chance. I'm gonna send this guy a message. Hey, I just saw your video from the protests in Aberdeen. Seems like you guys enjoy it. Looks like you guys enjoy arguing. And don't suppose any of you would want to call into a stream to discuss migration / small boats in the UK. Here is my channel for reference. Yo, okay, let's see, new channel. All right, we'll see. I hope I get the jacked guy, the beefcake, the chest puffer. I'm gonna have to go and get my gains on again, get my creatine, my water retention. I did have my protein this morning. I did have that. I'm gonna also have to relearn my Scottish accent because it's kind of been destroyed for the last 5 years by talking to yank dipshits on the internet. He works out at the gym, but Lorna works out at the library. I feel like those guys would really like it if I said that to them. They'd really appreciate my... They'd be really wooed and charmed by my ability to humiliate them in an argument with stats and facts and figures and logic with pink lights in the background. They'd really come on board if I behave that way to them. Hell yeah. They'd be like, wow, this guy's read the papers. It's not as if the government hasn't tried to appease this shit as well. They've made new rules. One of them is that it is almost impossible now for a refugee who arrives in a small boat to become a British citizen. You know that? This is a new rule that was put into place for the Department for Visas and Citizenship, even though that's not actually like laws that we're signed up to. The Refugee Convention doesn't penalize. You're not supposed to penalize people for illegal entry because the whole point of being a refugee and asylum seeker is that part of your condition as a refugee and asylum seeker is that you can't just go to the embassy, get permission, and then fly over like and get a fucking visa. That's not really the option that's available to you. Like if you're fleeing a war, the idea is that you just run and ask questions later, you know? That's how that goes. Isn't it pointless to appease this nonsense? yes, it is 100% pointless to appease these people because, again, they don't get, it's not proportionate. It's not about them bringing a rising crime rate as asylum seekers. You can look at like asylum seeker crime rate. Parliament. This one suggests that they do commit more crimes, so we'll see that. ONS. Is this just a parliamentary debate? No, I don't want that. Foreign nationals, Deliveroo. Oh my God, not Deliveroo. God damn the Deliveroo drivers. Why not just open all borders? Yeah, why not, eh? Okay. Problem solved. Done. I got nothing. What is asylum aid? I don't know this organization. Despite government data and media rhetoric linking migration and crime, there is no statistically relevant evidence to support the claim that people who are seeking asylum are more likely to commit crime than the UK population. Oh, I misread the synopsis for that. That's what I thought. I don't think they commit any more crime than locals do. If anything, maybe even less because, you know, they're being processed. They're under a fucking microscope. Like, they have so little incentive to commit crime. They won't say anything about Savile or Gary Glitter. I mean, they might, but it's definitely not a priority for them. No way. Yeah, I don't know. I need to get involved, though. I feel like I need to get more involved in the British immigration debate because it is going to destroy my country. It's going to, and it's like reform are not just horrible for their immigration policies, but like their economic policies are total fucking trash as well. They want to privatize basically fucking everything. Ironically, apart from the NHS, even though Nigel Farage has long had his ambition to move away from like the NHS towards a national, towards an insurance-based system, you know, America, they want to. They have these grand schemes of scrapping like 10 times more waste than any government can seem to find, which is just code for we want to cut all the social welfare and social spending programs that we don't like. Yeah, they're a horrible fucking like spiv libertarian free market retard party, and they just use the fear of immigration as a foot in the door to do that.
We start with a man who, well, is
and this fucking media is what Jeremy Kyle. Jeremy Kyle.
We start with a man who, well, is a doyen, a dresser, a successful businessman, and a supremely talented broadcaster. That's what it says here. Oh no, sorry, we've got Russel Quirk.
Yes, right.
How are you?
There was this Labour MP, Stella Creasy. Her name is, like a feminist. She made this interesting quip that because we've changed the laws now, where even if you're granted asylum or refugee status, you can never become a citizen. That's like the new guideline. Pretty much never. And then Stella Creasy made this interesting quip, which says that if that were the case, Paddington Bear wouldn't be allowed to become a British citizen. Paddington Bear, the London fucking bear, the cultural icon, because he was sent in a boat from Peru to the UK for a better life. But by our new asylum laws, this guy, this British jewel, would never be able to become a British citizen. Poor Gup.
At the last minute.
How are you, mate, son?
I'm very well, mate. Very, very well. Apart from this lunacy of news that we keep having to talk about.
Well, it is lunacy, and
these guys are cartoon characters. Like, people in England don't actually talk like this. These guys are just off on one.
I tell you about Stella Creasy, people think that I genuinely am making this up. She stood up in the House of Commons. We believe that she was digging at her own party, who are starting to talk about we need to control illegal migration, because let's be honest, that's on the lips of every single person in the United Kingdom. But Stella Creasy genuinely said small boat asylum seekers should get the same welcoming treatment as Paddington Bear. Yeah. She hit out at her own party's crackdown on them gaining citizenship as part of Home Office's efforts to deter it. Border officials have been given tougher new guidance by Labour, but the Walthamstow MP, Ms Creasy, said that this would deny those whose asylum claims were granted from integrating into communities with full citizenship, like Paddington Bear. I'm not making this up, Russell.
Is he going to explain why it's wrong? Yeah, why? Why would you say that if you're a successful asylum seeker or refugee, you can never get citizenship? Why? Don't you want people? You know that part of becoming a British citizen means that you have to take a citizenship test and you have to swear loyalty to the Queen. Like, you have to become the ultimate, like, gift shop, I heart the UK British gimmick to become a citizen. But they're against that, even for successful asylum claims? Like, why?
as well, and I had to have a second look. I also had to have a second look at the date today to make sure it wasn't April the 1st. But we are here another day and another ridiculous edict from this hapless government and she's not a minister, thank goodness, but give it time. I'm sure there'll be a few more sacked and she'll be in line.
By the way, at least this France policy, which has already gone into action, is already proven to be more effective than the Rwanda scheme from the Tories. And this government is currently overseeing lower net migration than the Tories did in their previous years. So,
in the not too distant future, no doubt. But yes, does she not realise that Paddington is not real, but also that what this actually tells us is that the Labour Party, at its heart, at its root, the approach by them with regard to immigration is very much open the doors, let as many people in as possible.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want.
Here's the rub. Give them citizenship so that they get the vote. Now, in that way, and we've talked about this on this channel many, many times, lots and lots of people have poo-pooed me on Twitter when I've said, I think this is what this is all about. They are going to try and give illegal migrants, let alone legal migrants, the vote, so that those people vote Labour forevermore. And
that's just completely fucking wrong, it's turned out. This guy said this, and then a few months later, the government did the total opposite. They changed the guidelines so that if you come in for asylum, even if it's a successful claim, a legitimate claim, you still can't become a citizen, ever, if you came across by a boat. So they're just completely making shit up. Like, they're just completely winging it, drooling their opinions. I don't even know what show this Talk TV, is it? Yeah. Russel Quirk. Absolute fucking hog. Looks like a hog, is a hog, just making shit up. Labour being more anti-immigrant than the Tories is an interesting turn of events. Well, Labour have policy. Tories had rhetoric. That's how that goes.
Out of gratitude.
As you know, that Paddington Bear is not real. Wow, really? Yeah, I was under the apprehension that he was real. He's a real bear. Because there's a big statue of him in the city centre in Edinburgh, and people take pictures with it. Joke's on you. Fucking dribbling fat fuck. All right. What are your opinion on Corbyn's new party? Well, from the last election, my understanding is that when you split the left or the right, they do badly. So the right-wing split gave Labour the biggest government majority since the 1830s. But I guess Corbyn's evening out the playing field now by starting a single-issue party for Gaza, unless he's going to try to put... Bro, Corbyn's fucked. What does he think he's going to do? He's going to get more votes than Labour? Think he's going to become the answer to reform? Oh, God. And then we're a two-party system with reform and Corbyn's party based. Wow. Beautiful. It's probably not the best time to split the opposition when reform are in the lead in the polls. That's terrifying. If Loner is invited to run the interim government in Gaza, would he accept it? Yeah. Get me out of this boring fuck country. Imagine living in a country where your big issue is 0.1% of the population are asylum seekers, and a smaller number of them come on boats. Look at this polling, 28%. You can win an election, you can win a majority with these gaps if you're in the right place. Fucking hell, man. I really hope our old money Tories can hold firm and keep this vote split. It would be interesting to see how Corbyn fares compared to Labour. Maybe he will outdo them, because populism is, very popular. Would you believe? Anyway, I'm going to be more proactive on this. I'm going to be more proactive on the British politics stuff, because I need to rescue my country from these fucking lunatics, these worms. Yeah, we've got 3 years as well, don't we? We've got 3 years before the election. Maybe even more than 3, 4 actually. How pro-Israel is the UK right now? I mean, they haven't meaningfully opposed that much, but Keir Starmer offering recognition to Palestine if Israel doesn't accept a ceasefire by September, it's not pro-Hamas, but Hamas are very happy with it. Put it that way. What should I do the citizenship test? Bro, I'd probably fail. You can do the UK citizenship test or like a mock exam. Okay, obviously, yeah. I'm going to do this? I would probably fail. I know I would probably fail. Like, this is not, I've heard of some of the questions, I've heard some of the topics. It's like boring fucking, what is known as Lent. I don't know what fucking Lent is. I don't care. Is it after Christmas? No, it's Easter. Okay. I've never paid attention to Lent. Which country's flag is not part of the Union flag? Wait, what? I'm speedrunning, okay. Ireland? Wales. The dragon. Wait, where the fuck is Ireland in the... Oh, Ireland. Never mind. Okay, wait. We're starting again. Okay. I'll just go from there. What is the judiciary responsible for? I don't know what that means. Is it interpreting the law? When did Habeas Corpus Act become law? I have no fucking idea, man. If there's a dragon in the... I thought it was the colours, though. The Irish flag... I was thinking of the Republic of Ireland flag. Obviously, it's not. Yeah. It would be the dragon. I thought it was... Part of the Welsh flag was in it. Habeas Corpus. 1685? Okay, I don't care. Which of the events is the bombing of English cities by the Germans? It's the Blitz. Even though the Battle of Britain did overlap with it. Why is it called the Glorious Revolution? But what? Cromwell? Because there was no fighting? Oh no, it's ending the threat of a monarch ruling on... Okay. Which of these venues is in Greenwich? The O2. Okay. When did the UK leave the EU? 2020. Based. When was the first British Prime Minister in power? Oh, I actually don't know. I don't know what... I'm not even close. 17... I don't know that period of British history at all. When did we have our... I think it was like this one. No, it's later. Okay. 21. Okay. Which country's national flower is a thistle? Scotland. Who developed ideas about economics during the Enlightenment? Adam Smith. Wow. One TV license covers all the equipment at one address, but people who rent different rooms in a shared house must buy a separate TV license. I think it's one house, isn't it? Oh yeah, okay. Fuck. I should know that because I've shared flat. I'm not paying attention. Okay. Focus. Give me an Israel Palestine quiz. Or give me a US civics. Well, I'd do it better than this one, wouldn't I? Magistrates and justices for the peace are members of what? Law society? Local community. Okay. A 2-minute silence is observed on Easter to commemorate the death of Christ. No, we don't do that. Peers nominated by the Prime Minister can only serve for their lifetime. Is it they can only serve for their lifetime? Like they have no choice? I think that's true, actually. Yeah. Which two countries took part in the Battle of Agincourt? France and... Oh, wait. France and England. Yeah. Who is credited with the introduction of the NHS? Florence Nightingale. Based. Nye Bevan. The Speaker is an MP, represents a constituency and deals with the constituents' problems like any other MP. Ooh, I think they are MPs, aren't they? No, wait. They are. Are they? Yes. What religion were Puritans? Protestants? Wait. Yes. Who can nominate life peers? The Prime Minister and the monarchy? No, it's not the monarchy. Damn, leaders of other political parties. All right. Which country did Hitler invade in 1939? Poland, bro. The Ashes. The small... I don't know England. I know Scotland. Small claims is 2000 in Scotland. Is it 2000 in England and Wales? No, it's... Small claims. It must have gone... Is it 2000? Maybe it must be higher now, but I remember it being 2000 in Scotland. Like 10 years ago. Small claims. Why is my brain going 4,000? Not 10, surely. 10? Okay. Which tribes invaded Britain after the Romans left? The Normans. No! I'm thinking of a different time. Fucking idiot. Okay. Not enough to pass. Okay. I can't even remember them. Okay. Well, now we can do it. Okay, now we got no problem. Okay. Hey, it's easy. It's much easier the second time, isn't it? Wait. Forget this one. 79. Okay. Rip. Just gotta do a refresher, okay? 21. Scotland, obviously. Adam Smith, obviously. True. Yes.
You failed, now you get deported. RIP Zogbox.
Thanks for the $10. Really appreciate that, David. Magistrates and justice, local community. What does this mean? Unpaid, do not need legal qualifications. They receive training to do the job and are supported by a legal advisor. Okay. False. We don't do Easter. Shit. Peers can only serve their lifetime. True. England and France. Bevan. This one was true. Puritans were Protestant. Leaders and Prime Minister. Poland. Ashes. 10,000. It's 5,000 in Scotland. Okay. The Jutes and the Anglo-Saxons. Hey, okay, let's try more. Oh, there's so many. Roast beef is a traditional food of which country? Bro, what? Excuse me. Fuck off. I have to log in to move on? Hang on. Give me a fucking... Get me in. Put me in here. Yo. Oh, log in with Google. Thank you. Shove me in. Put me in it. Do Scotland. You don't get Scottish citizenship. You just get British citizenship. So, not happening. Save. Okay, am I logged in now? Dark mode. Oh, yeah. Got my license. All right, England. Go. Next. Who can get a 50% discount on their TV license? Oh, it's not students. Unless it's changed. I don't think I got it as a student. Did I? Blind people. That's a joke, right? Like, you get to watch TV for less. You're blind. Okay. Army officers? How can it be one but not the other? Blind and deaf? Fuck off. Is it students? Do students get fucking TV license discount? Army officers just seems way too specific. Like, not veterans? It's not Huh. Blind people. Which languages were the basis of modern English? I don't know. Anglo-Saxon and modern Norman French? French and Celtic? No. Okay. How many members does the Northern Ireland Assembly have? 129? I don't know. I don't know anything about Ireland. Fuck that place. I'm joking. I would never. That's a lot. 129 is a lot. But, oh, okay. When did the first farmers arrive in Britain? 6,000 years ago. Okay. Who was the Iron Duke? That was Wellington. When did the Irish Free State become a republic? 22. No? Oh, as a trick question. Trick. Okay, okay. Not really a trick question. Just cocked. Okay. Ulster Fry. It's Northern Ireland. Yeah. Who tells visitors about the history of the Tower of London? London Guides? Beef eaters? Fuck off. Which two wives of Henry VIII were executed? Oh. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Anne Boleyn. And, okay, so there's Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, wasn't it? Was she the fifth? So Catherine Howard, so Jane Seymour was third. She died. Was it Catherine, Anne, Jane, Catherine, Anne? There were 3 Catherines, 2 Annes, and 1 Jane. It's not Seymour, you idiot. Seymour died in yeah, she died. Divorced, beheaded, died. Oh, fuck. Was Anne of Cleves number 4 or was it Catherine Howard? He kind of beheaded the 2 Annes. There's no way. He kind of... Okay. She was accused of taking lovers. She was a cousin of Anne Boleyn. Rip. When did Ireland split? 1922. That's the... Okay, yes. Volunteering is compulsory in the UK. Well, it might become but not right now, no. We're a free country, bitch. Nowadays, the House of Commons has more power than the Lords, obviously, yes. Select 2 popular social networking websites. Okay. No problem. What can carry on be associated with? Is that a film? Ugh. Carry on. Something made me think of TV. Carry on? What are they talking about? The Carry On films. Okay. How do you make a complaint about the police? Chief Constable? Police station. Elgar is known for his work The Planets. False. That's Hulst. No one likes Elgar. No one cares about Elgar. They just have his face on money because he's English. What were the first women's social and political union group members called? The suffrage, not the rotten boroughs. Okay. What was the system of land ownership used by the Normans known as? It's not Magna Carta. It's not democracy. Is it just feudalism or noble land? Just feudalism, yeah. Who can only give advice, warn, and encourage about government matters? That's the monarch, isn't it? They can only give... Wait. I think it's the monarch. What awards event celebrates British theatre? Bro. Mercury is music, isn't it? Turner is literature? I think it's the Brits. No, theatre. Whoa. The Brits would be television. Oh, fuck. The Laurence Olivier. Let's say this one because I don't know what else that would be. Yeah, okay. Is it a legal requirement that men and women should not be discriminated against due to their gender or marital status? Oh, actually, I think that might be false. Is that false? No, men and women. That's true. Because we have the Equalities Act. Catherine Howard was Anne Boleyn's cousin. True. Shagger. Who is known as William the Conqueror? Normandy? Yeah. Hey, I'd be a British citizen. No problem. Solid pass rate. Let's do one more. 45. What did Henry VII do? He didn't break away from the Church of Rome. I actually don't know what the fucking 7th did. I don't know what Henry VII did. He didn't restrict king's power, not way back then. No way. It's something to do with the nobles. He invented gooning. He died. He got diseased. True, he got huge disease. Why are the Brits so proud that they had an absolute nutcase monarch? I don't know, because he's interesting. A good story. I think he probably would have taken power away from nobles. That's my guess. Because Henry VIII was after... Yeah! Hey! Which of these is not a music festival? The Fringe. Because that's a all kinds of things festival. Who is responsible for crime and immigration? The Home Secretary. Wait. Secretary of State is... Yeah. When did the English Civil War begin? Oh, fuck. I should know this. I'm not going to remember it. The English Civil War. Is it 1640? I think it's 1640. The Cavalier years. Is that... 42. Fuck you. All right. Edward I introduced the Statute of Rhuddlan, which annexed Wales to the Crown of England. 1284. Wales. Wales was a principality until the 1300s. This is false. Duh! Fuck! When were the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms established in England? 500? Duh! Shit! All right. Struggling. The Scottish Parliament, after the Magna Carta, split into two estates, the Lords and the Commons. After the Magna Carta? No, that's newer. Way more recent. What is the Shadow Cabinet? It's the opposition party. Who wrote about their experiences in First World War? I think it might have been Blake. Blake was one of them. Not Byron. Is it Blake? Oh my fucking God. It wasn't Blake. Ugh. Blake's too early. Yeah, little lamb. Discrimination in the workplace is a criminal offense. It's not. Civil. What is the Giant's Causeway made of? I don't fucking know, man. Fucking waste of time. I don't know what the Giant's Causeway is made of. Lava. I don't know. I want to say stone. It's made of lava, bro. But it looks like stone. Conditions in Ireland in the 19th century were much better than in the rest of the UK. That's obviously false. There's a famine. Radar was developed by Sir Robert Watson Watt. I don't think that's true. I think that's it. Oh, it's true. Okay. BBC's first regular TV service. I don't know, man. It must have been 36 or 38. 36? Hey, okay. Lava turns into obsidian and basalt. Yeah. Satirical magazines began to be published in the 19th century. When was Punch first established? Oh, 1890s? 70s. Fuck, 40s. Okay. What destroyed London in 1666? A fire. A nuclear plant based. Other than universities in London, which university was credited with the discovery of the DNA molecule? Edinburgh. No, fuck. There's a museum. There's a museum in Edinburgh that talks about DNA, but I guess no, it was radioactive decay. Fuck me. During the reigns of Elizabeth and James I, where did the English government encourage Scots and English Protestants to settle? I have no idea. Bro, Ulster? No. No. East London. Elizabeth I. Oh, obviously Ulster because of the northern... Okay, interesting. What architectural styles are the famous London buildings in the 19th century, such as House of Parliament and St Pancras Station, associated with? Gothic? They look kind of Gothic. But I don't know. Yeah. What can the laws made by the EU also be called? Regulations? Wait, they're all of them, aren't they? Or are they regulations? They're usually, I always hear them regulations. All of them, okay. Which two things happened when Mary Stuart's husband got murdered? Mary Stuart, Tudors, Stuarts. Was Mary, this isn't Mary Queen of Scots. Was she suspected to be involved? Did she go to France? She didn't give the throne to Elizabeth I. Who came before Elizabeth I? It was the 8-year-old, the fucking toddler. I think she fled. Why won't it say? Hey, oh, two things. Rip. Whom did the serfs serve? Lords. Victoria Cross was awarded during which war? Not the first, was it? The Crimean. God. What's the divine right of kings? King appointed by God. Not enough to pass. Shagged. Okay, one more. Victoria, I know. But to be fair, Victoria, her name, it was slapped on a million things after she died. So I don't care. Don't care. Which of these UK landmarks is in Wales? It's not the Lake District. It's not Loch Lomond. It's not the Giant's Causeway. It's Snowdonia. Okay. What's the age requirement to drink wine with a meal with someone over 18? 16. Who tried to arrest 5 parliamentary leaders from the House of Commons? Charles I, wasn't it? That the Civil War? Yeah. When did Protestant ideas begin to spread? Oh, fuck off. It's probably the 15th century, no? No, wait. John Calvin, 1500s. 16th century. In the UK? What yearly event happens between Oxford and Cambridge universities? Oh, they do a fight club. They do like a little fight club where you have your dick in one hand and you have to throw punches with the other. That's what they do. They split up into flower arranging teams. And the first team to get, for every member to have sore bottoms, loses. I don't know. They stand opposite each other and start tugging themselves off, and they just have to shout things to try and distract each other. Last team to finish coming loses. That's what these guys do. Okay, make no mistake. As per 2021 census, what percentage of the population in England and Wales doesn't follow a religion? Well, it depends, because what people say. What do people say that they do? I think it's probably quite high. I don't think it's 37 though. I think it's 21. Oh, it's 37? Okay. People living in the UK must pay tax on the following 2. Wages, income from property, savings, and dividends. Where were the first farmers that came to Britain from? Why the fuck would I know that? They would have come from the southeast. Yeah. D-Day is when the British evacuated the French from Normandy. No, that's not true. D-Day was when they came back. Which 2 are police duties? Misuse their authority. Be corrupt. Based. Where was Isaac Newton born? England? Yeah. How many countries make up the EU? 27. No! Yeah. Upgrade to... Fuck off. I can't even go past this. Fuck off. Okay. Disgusting. Absolutely hideous. Am I going to be better or worse at the American civics test? Surely I'm going to be worse, right? UK is fucking boring though. No one likes the UK. 4. Thank you. This is too easy. Stop. What is Benjamin Franklin famous for? It's not the airplane. Was he the youngest wanker? He was a diplomat. He was a diplomat. He wasn't a president. Yeah. What territory did the United States buy from France? Louisiana. Who makes federal laws? The Congress. We elect a US representative how many years? A rep. Oh, 6 years. Oh! No. That's senators. House of Representatives, 2 years. Who is the father of our country? George Washington? Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general, World War II. Who does US senator represent? State. Where's the Statue of Liberty? New York. Oh, whoa. The House has how many voting members? 4 to 35. Why does the flag have 50 stars? 1 for each state, 1 for each president. There were 50 people. What's an amendment? Change the Constitution. What is the political party of the president now? Republican. What is the one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? Pay taxes? Can you serve in a jury if you're not a citizen? Oh, wait. Non-citizens pay taxes. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Is it the original colonies? There were 13. Oh. Or is it because of the number of signatures in the Constitution? That's colonies. Yeah. What is the economic system? Well, depends on who you... What are the 2 parts of the US Congress? The Senate and the Reps. Who is the first president? George Washington. Name 2 national US holidays. National holidays. Ooh. National holiday. Is Labor Day a national holiday? Columbus Day is. I imagine Thanksgiving is. I don't know if Citizenship Day is. Okay. Name the US war between the North and the South. Come on. Okay, that's just easier than the British one, okay? That's not fair. That does not mean I've been gentrified, colonized, zogged.